minus 16 degrees Celsius. That is the temperature Kiev woke up to as Russia pounded Ukraine's power grid, plunging thousands of homes into darkness and cold. With electricity cut, heating systems down, and water supplies disrupted, survival itself is becoming the daily struggle for civilians trapped in midwinter Ukraine. After a massive Russian missile and drone assault on January 9th, nearly half of Kyiv was left without heating. While emergency crews have restored power to many areas, around 800 residential buildings in the capital remain without heat. Officials warn the city's energy system is nearing its limits as freezing conditions are expected to last for weeks.
Temperatures plummet far below freezing. The Russian Federation has intensified its systematic attacks targeting Ukraine's energy infrastructure. The strikes have killed and injured scores of civilians and deprived millions of Ukrainians of electricity, heating, and water for prolonged periods.
Energy experts say this is not just another wave of attacks. They describe it as the most damaging impact of the war so far. Years of repeated strikes have degraded Ukraine's grid, leaving repairs slower, spare parts scarce, and entire regions vulnerable to cascading failures, as power plants, substations, and transmission lines are hit again and again.
What makes these attacks especially devastating is that they cripple the systems that keep civilians alive during winter. Power, heating, and water infrastructure have been repeatedly struck in major urban areas, including Kiev, Odessa, Dnipro, Zaporizhia, and Kyiv, leaving hundreds of thousands of people without electricity, heating, or water for prolonged periods. With winter conditions intensifying, each damaged substation, heating pipeline, or pumping station triggers cascading failures that put even more lives at risk. In Kyiv, families are melting snow for washing and cooking. They're also heating water over candles after power cuts lasting more than one day.
International alarm is rising after Russia confirmed the use of its nuclear-capable Oreshnik ballistic missile, fired near Ukraine's western regions close to NATO territory. At the United Nations, tensions escalated as world powers clashed over responsibility, escalation, and the future of peace talks.
We condemn Russia's continuing and intensifying attacks on Ukraine's energy facilities and other civilian infrastructure. These attacks make a mockery of the cause of peace, a cause of paramount importance to the world and to President Trump.
Until the leader in Kiev comes to his senses and agrees to realistic negotiating terms, we will continue to resolve issues by military means.
Ukraine accuses Moscow of deliberately weaponizing winter, waiting for temperatures to plunge before launching some of its heaviest strikes. As millions face freezing nights without heat or power, Kyiv is calling for more air defense systems, stronger sanctions, and urgent international support to prevent a humanitarian catastrophe.
Russia deliberately waited until early January, when temperatures in Ukraine plunged to minus 15 degrees Celsius, to unleash some of its most devastating drone and missile strikes against our energy infrastructure, pushing millions of civilians to the very edge of freezing.